When you think about the lymphatic system, don't get overwhelmed. Think of it as a plumbing system, a tiny plumbing system, as thin as your hair, or most of it is microscopic, that must remove waste from our body. So if you think of a plumbing system that small, it's going to clog up often. Our lymphatic system is a tiny network of vessels and nodes that is really a one-way system. It starts anywhere in our body and must work its way back to our neck, our major lymph drain, the cisterna chyli, which enters into our vein and pushes our waste right back into our blood, into our heart, to be recirculated again. So it really is important to understand this basic system that we all have. There's a big connection between our organs and the lymphatic system. And I'll explain this with one organ, our liver. Every organ has lymphatic vessels on top of it and inside of it. So each organ has an artery going in, which branches off into different vessels, and then we have veins that lead into one large vein coming out of the organ. But we never think of the lymphatic system inside the organ. It's many vessels that come out into one lymphatic vessel. And if our lymphatic system shuts down in that organ or becomes sluggish, then that organ becomes filled with cellular waste. And that is really what begins the inflammation process, which has been linked to most disease. So, very simple to understand, cataracts is about acid waste and proteins building in the eye to create scar tissue. Any organ can become filled with its own waste and become inflamed, and become acidic and shut down. There is even a very large connection between our brain, which we will learn about in the next video. But every person must understand the lymphatic system to have a healthy, happy life. It's meant to remove waste, cellular waste. Every day, 500 million cells die in your body because our body is a replicating being. If our cells cannot replicate, then we die. And if this cellular waste from this cellular replication cannot leave your organ or your skin or your brain or your eyes or your bones, then it congests that area, we have limited circulation, and the health of that area suffers. Inflammation begins, and disease can begin after that. So it's so important to understand this simple system. It's a sewage treatment plant. But I really like to believe or explain it to people that it's more of a conveyor belt. It's really not processing a lot of that waste until it goes through the lymph nodes a little bit, which really concentrates it, making it more toxic. And then as it gets to the heart, it gets pushed into the blood and comes back out. So it really is just taking our waste, our toxicity, moving it through our body and bringing it back up into our neck to our major lymph drain, and where it enters our blood again. So it's really just circulating this waste. And that's why people after a massage, after exercise, or after changing their diet will sometimes feel sick, because it really is about waste coming out of our body, and it just doesn't go out to the garbage. It actually has to recirculate through our organs to be disposed of through our skin, elimination tract, or our sweat. Even our breathing helps to remove acid waste. Every time you take a deep breath, we move lymph fluid and venous fluid through our body to move waste. When we shallow breathe, we don't move this waste through our body, and it stores in our body. So deep breathing, there are very simple things we're going to learn about in another video. But just start thinking about your lymphatic system on a daily basis. It's very simple. Drink more water. 15 minutes of exercise every day. Deep breathing. Good posture. And we have to actually have good thoughts. When we have negative thoughts all the time, it makes us stressed. Stress can damage your lymphatic system very quickly, shut it down. Stress hormones are very acid forming in the body. So when you receive stress, your body just shuts down. If we have stress on a daily basis, then we're continually shutting down our lymphatic system. So it's important for us to manage our stress. And part of that is getting our lymphatic system working optimally.